Well, actually, who cares for the game number? This is possibly the last game. It is on their last life at this point. We'll discuss that more in a moment. Spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map. For now, the red Terran player from Team Liquid, LiquidBunny.
And in the top right, we got our blue Zerg player playing for Invictus Gaming. It is IAsonu.
Yeah, again, we had trouble. We struggled the first time, and we couldn't pronounce it. Again, I'm assuming it's IAsonu. If it's incorrect, I do heavily apologize to any of the Invictus Gaming fans out there.
IAsonu. Yeah. Oh well.
Oh, we just actually before the game gets too far underway. Well, first off, big shout out to World of CD Keys. We've been kind of running that Facebook campaign here, trying to get 4,550 likes on the page, so that they'll give us an awesome like golden key to give away type thing. That's pretty cool. As well as the other sponsors for the Acer Team Story Cup. But for what just happened with us, we just got 2 subs back to back.
Oh yeah, sub hype.
Yeah, so just while we're waiting for the game to actually pick up here, because no one went for cheese this time. No 11-11 ranks and no early pools. Big love and respect goes out to combination of Nuclear Dwarf, I'm assuming with the funny spelling, as well as Jero Space K. Thank you guys for your subs. I hope you enjoy the double part tubes. I hope you'll take part in our giveaways in the future, and as well enjoy the replays that we send out. We will be bundling up today's replay packs to send out as well. But you know, Bunny, he's got some really good TVZ. I don't know. Like, IAsonu is a strange pick because we don't know him. Again, this guy could be the biggest badass in China. We just didn't get to see it because he got cheesed the first time out. But
yeah,
the question.
Take anything from that game, yeah.
Yeah. The question I have though for you, because we're seeing Roach Hydra become more popular. I feel more popularized, I should say, because it's still pretty much. I think Mutalisk trump all when given the right scenarios. But we're seeing players like Tefl really bust out Roach Hydra all-ins early on. He's killing Koreans left and right. What do you think IAsonu does versus Bunny?
Well, I mean, I haven't really seen Roach Hydra trend at all. Like, I don't know. Apart from, you know, there's a few people in Europe that does it, but apart from that, I don't really see it. Like yeah, that's a couple of Zergs or a few Zergs in Europe that tends to do that. But I'm just gonna kind of assume that he's gonna be going for the Ling Bling Muta style because it is. I mean, it is very popular, and I think that's kind of a European thing to do that. But I mean, Muta play is still like most people's like preferable play style. So I think that's what he's gonna be going for. But I say that, and I see that IAsonu is actually going gasless, and that's not really that common nowadays. Usually you go for the gas, you know, into, you know, that third base.
Well, he's going pretty queen heavy. This could just be simply like, you know, rather than going for a wall off for roaches to deal with the Hellions, just a lot of queens instead. Which, yeah, you're right. It's a lot less common in TVZ, but something is viable against the lower amounts.
Yeah, when you go gasless, you usually get, you know, those first 2 queens you make. You just put them to make the creep, and then you inject with the next 2, and you have those 2 creep queens. So that's kind of the thing you get with gasless. You know, you get those queens out sooner. And he did get those gases at like 36 supply, I think. But normally when you go gasless, it's not that common, I think, to go like gasless into Muta style. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Roach Horn and a couple of Evo chambers go down. But let's wait and see. I mean, I've done gasless into Muta like quite a few times myself, but I'm kind of preferring the Speedling openers recently, and that seems to be the style that's definitely trending the most right now. So we'll have to see what he does with his gas now. But it's a bit interesting.
It's a little awkward with the not a big deal. One pixel for this wall means a little extra surface area on that bunker, but rarely do we see Ling all-ins, so that's not gonna be a problem. I think it's just a bit odd to see out of Bunny as well.
We did have Bunny go for the CC first, which is kind of interesting as well. No Reaper, which is very popular, and a very fast third CC, and a Marauder.
Well, I like the Marauders. Polt's been like the most notorious about this, producing Marauders quickly after Hellions, because a lot of the times you just see Roaches come out as the counter to Hellions, right? Like 4 Roaches shut down the Hellions, no problem. Guess what? Surprise! I got a medevac and 4 Marauders behind those Hellions. Your Roaches mean nothing to me. So I kind of like that Bunny's adapted into this. Stim pack's on the way as well, but I mean, you don't really need Stim to make Marauders effective. They just hit so hard.
Yeah, and then it's making even more Marauders. So what I'm starting to think now is that this could be like a 3cc, you know, like Hellbat Marauder push with medivacs. Look at the starport timing now. It's quite early. Before any additional barracks and any E-base, he makes a starport. So this might be like a 1-Rax, Hellbat, Marauder, timing on the third base.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was like MLG. Pult did something similar to like versus Hyun as well. You remember like the massive Hellions and Marauder pushes, but the thing is they get shut down by faster Mutalisks. But it's not faster Mutalisks coming out.
There's the armory as well. So it is gonna be a 1-Rax Marauder. This is interesting. I kind of like this. Haven't met something like this quite before. Usually when you go Marauder, Hellion, or Hellbat, and that's kind of like a 2-base thing you do. But he's gonna do it off 3CC, so that's gonna be pretty cool.
Well, I was gonna say, as a Zerg player, do you really like seeing this? Because this is gonna be brutal to hold. This is not gonna be easy.
It's gonna be tricky, but I mean, you might say that Marauders are good versus Roaches, but I mean, versus such a heavy Hellbat army as this will be, I kind of like the army composition for IAsonu here. But we see no crossbow to the third base, so this is gonna be out of IAsonu. It's gonna be what I kind of expected it to be, a 1-1 Roach. This isn't all in, so it's gonna be a bit of a clash here.
This is a hell of a lot of Roaches, though. I mean,
yeah.
The thing is, though, once now he's got transformation servos available to him, guys, it's worth noting. Hellbats actually deal more damage than Roaches, combination through base damage plus splash. But Roaches have that range going for them. The thing they don't have going for them, though, is speed, so they're not gonna be able to kite the Hellbats around like they normally would.
Yeah, I really like Bunny's position because Bunny has that third base and he has so many Marauders and so many Hellbats to tank with his Roaches. Like,
oh god, he's running up to his death. Surprise! Surprise! He's gonna crush this Roach push. It's not even gonna be close.
Oh my god, this is...
Yeah, guys, Hellbats hit for 18, Roaches hit for what, base 16? 18 with 1 upgrade. So they hit for the same amount of damage right now. This is a bit rough to deal with. But again, keep a note, there's no anti-air here whatsoever. If this had been faster mutas, hell, if this had even been 2-base mutas or something a little bit cheesier to start the game with, Bunny would have been shut down outright.
Bunny might have been able to land like a pre-muta timing maybe at the third base or something, but yeah, the mutas would have been able to accomplish quite a bit. But I don't know, this was a really nice build order for Bunny here, going for the Marauders and Hellbats versus IAsonu. He's got drones at his third now, but that was kind of like a 2-base all-in timing, so he's really behind now.
Still a hell of a lot of Roaches. The problem is he can't kite anything around. He does on creeps, got a bit of a speed bonus, but he's just taking everything at face value. So I mean, the Marauders are free to volley away from behind. The Hellbats finally get crushed, but man, Bunny, even if he loses this army, he's still got a lot. I mean, he forced out so many Roaches. He forced out a lot of the larvae to be kind of cut. Instead of having that happy 70 drone count, he's down, quote unquote, down to 60, but still the Roaches aren't enough to do like a big counterattack at ends of the game either.
Yeah, I mean, Bunny had a really good fight defensively, so I understand his decision to go and counterattack. I'm not quite sure if it was the right decision though, because IAsonu is still, and Bunny scans it now, he sees that IAsonu is only on 4 gases, so he knows he needs to be careful. He needs to stay back and just hold, and he'll be in a good position. But yeah, he lost so many units there that this counterattack is going to be hard to deal with for Bunny.
He's also got not a lot of medevac, so stimming is going to hurt a lot. I mean, it's going to be necessary too, because you can't really fight Roaches with unstimmed bio, but Bunker goes down very quickly. Marauders doing what they can. SCV's pulled into this. Going to be a nice little bit of a buffer line, but still, is the firepower for Bunny even going to be here?
If he can hold, he can be okay. I think he has kind of nice tech. He's playing on upgrades though. Like the main thing here is okay, he's going to push this back. But the main thing here is that IAsonu had 1-1 on his Roaches, and Bunny's 1-1 is his finishing now. Like that, you know, Bunny had really quick armory and kind of quick that 1 medivac. But he did cut the engineering base to make that Hellbat Marauder composition so early on possible. So the reason IAsonu held at his third and then did so well here with the counterattack is, you know, those upgrades played a very big part there. Bunny's gonna equalize those now.
I really would have liked if concussive shells had finished a bit sooner too, or been researched at all, quite frankly. But he's finally got some more medevac, so he can do a little bit more safety here with the stimming. Roaches are going to push right into this, and the Hellions coming in, or not the Hellions, the Hellbats getting in the front lines are going to be a nice addition to make sure those Zerglings get weeded out very quickly. But the reinforcements from Bunny, that defender's advantage, going to play huge right now.
Really close fight, actually. One more Marauder streaming in. Oh, is this...
He's going to hold this. He's going to hold this.
Yeah.
The problem for IAsonu, though, you know, he's still upgrading behind this. He's still expanding behind this. He may have lost everything on the front lines, but there's still creep going down. Like, this guy, you know, we kind of question, is this the Chinese badass we've never heard of? And it's looking more and more like the answer might be yes.
Yeah, he's played a good game here. Like, Bunny had such a good start with those Marauders and Hellbats on the high ground. Just like, you know, Bunny was going to be aggressive, but then it's like, oh, you know, you're attacking me with 1-1 Roaches, so I'm just going to take the high ground here and take a really good fight. And also he did, and he got in a nice position. But IAsonu is fighting back nicely, but I mean, those 5th and 6th gases at his 30 took them so late. So any sort of like Spire tech, I mean, he's not even throwing the Spire down. So it may seem like he's in a pretty good position, but he's behind on tech for sure. I mean, he's getting the upgrades, but not having the Spire. I guess he's just going to commit to this Roach Bane kind of style and not go Spire at all. Oh, there's the Spire. Okay, a bit later.
Normally, Banelings are pretty awful against Marauders. You know, like, why would you even go for them? But weirdly enough, it's almost the same logic as you see in ZVZ versus Roaches, where, look, you know Banelings aren't going to crush the Marauders, but they'll do enough splash damage that the Roaches only have to volley once instead of twice.
It gives you good momentum in the engagements.
I mean, that's the other frustrating thing about Roaches, too. They've got some massively bad overkill, but, oh, you know what? Screw any of that. They're just going to walk into the middle line. Bunny caught off guard, but they're going to lose. Oh, the SCV's over here.
Oh, wow.
He's got a drop going off in the top left. I don't think he'll kill this. He's going to have to pick up. Yikes. So total of 40 workers dead so far this game for Bunny. Not going too hot for our Team Liquid player.
Yeah. I mean, the Mutas being so late, I think Bunny's still okay. And we look at the supplies, you know, he's doing alright. He's muling his 3rd to try and, you know, get back in the economy. And there's no drones on the 4th for ATC. So I think Bunny's okay. He has to be careful though. I don't think he should be too aggressive here because ATC has a lot of Roach and Bane. You don't really want to attack into that unless you're like Max maybe. So let's just see how the fight goes. But I'm getting a bit worried for him moving out like this.
Banelings do speed upgrades, which is gonna be huge on creep especially because you can't outrun speedlings or speed Banelings on creep. But yeah, the flank's coming in. These units are so clumped. There's nowhere for him to really split to. I like the focus fire in the back though. Unfortunately, there's still more Banelings rolling in. And Bunny, he clears out the north. I don't even know how, but he does. And now there's only a small handful of Roaches remaining. His 2-2 weapon upgrades with Stim are just a little too much, and he pushes in to take out this hatchery.
Yeah, that went surprisingly well actually. I think a lot of Banes there on the south side, like, bumped into some reinforcement Marauders, so the southern flank traded really poorly, and I think that's how Bunny was able to get that momentum in that engagement. And now he's just trading so well now. I don't think ATC is going to be able to stabilize here. There's so much streaming in for Bunny.
I like that he's still incorporating a couple Hellbats from time to time too. I mean, they're just mineral-based units, but they soak up a lot of these Zerglings way better than the Marines will. The splash damage is everything, and another hit squad. Just, you know, there's a left, there's a right, there's a north, there's a south, and honestly, we can't find any breathing room.
Yeah.
Oh, Bunny! Oh, it takes a big hit from that Baneling, but the Marine's still standing.
Nice Baneling detonations there, but yeah, those Hellbats, I mean, they just kill those Zerglings as he said so quickly. It's really difficult to deal with, and those Marauders as well. They're just gonna trade so well here. If
this base goes down, this is gonna be almost impossible to hold. Yeah, GG. Team Liquid will clean it out. Boys and girls, 5-2 is the final score. Team Liquid over Invictus Gaming.